Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing? Somebody give me a sound check. I'm gonna share my screen. I'm actually prepared. I got a double screen all set up. I have such cool stuff to show you today. I am going to blow your mind. All right, how's everybody doing? Somebody give me a sound check. Let me know if you hear me okay. Who's here? Karen, Crossy, all the K's. Peter, Connie, good morning, guys. Good morning. Okay, I'm gonna let people crawl in because I have something very cool to show them. Oh, actually, wow, Jesus, everybody's already in the room. All right. I guess um, last session of the week got everybody motivated. Okay, I got something very, very cool to show you. But we got the opening rotation. So let's kind of let's just look at the opening rotation. I don't think we have any trend signals that are just yet. One very, very important thing, I would like everybody to go to five counter instead of four counter on the trend signals to give us fewer but better conditions. I am filtering it out even more because you'll see you're going to get just like especially on the 1 minute NQs, almost perfect signals if you go to five, just because they're going to be so rare that when they happen, they're going to be very good for conditions. So opening around rotation, we obviously turned around completely off the early morning sell-off. Biddy is up 15%. ETH is up 20. Freaking Doge. I can't Doge. That piece of crap at 40 is just going to always annoy me, but it is what it is. I'll leave it alone. So we got a big spike. We may have a setup for what I am looking to do, because I had this incredibly interesting epiphany actually just a couple of hours ago after like working with this stuff over and over again. I kind of looked at it upside down and realized that we have a gold mine of a signal as long as we look at it properly. So while the markets are rallying into the opening range, let me run it by you. Who remembers the buy-sell protocol? So there are probably a lot of new people in the room that don't really know the buy-sell protocol, but just raise your hands. Give me like a raised hand emoji if you guys remember the buy-sell protocol. The buy-sell protocol is basically a very, very simple idea that in order for us to enter a long trade, we need to have a red-green combo. So in other words, the candle has to be red, then it has to be green, and until we get a red-green combo, we don't go into the trade. And it's the reverse the other way. The sell-buy protocol is in order to enter a short trade, we need a green-red combo, right? So what struck me as really interesting, and we can look at this both on NASDAQ and Dow. We'll just take a look at this, combination. And obviously, this is so much stronger within a strong trend condition. But in addition to the trend signals, this is the fade signals. So on the fade signals, I have basically I don't have them filtered here. I have fades both long and short, just so that I can have on both sides of the chart. But what I'm going to show you is I'm going to basically tell you that I'm only going to use fade signals to go long in a big uptrend. So anything above the moving average filter, which is 200 period moving average filter, I'm only looking for long trades. I'm never going to look for short trades under any conditions when I have this kind of setup. I'm never going to look for long trades under any conditions when I have prices underneath the 200 period moving average, right? So that's basically the first idea. But then, so that means I'm looking for long trades using the fade signals. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to use the buy-sell protocol. What I need is I get a fade signal, right? If the fade signal is red, I'm just going to, that is the buy-sell protocol. So it's green, green, red, boom. I'm gonna go short. I'm sorry, I'm not going to go short. I am going to. Sorry, I take it back. I got myself confused. When I have a fade signal, I need to always be buying on a Jesus Christ. Now I have to show you how to do this. It's I need a buy sell protocol after the fade sell signal. So whatever the fade sell signal is, I'm going to ignore it. I'm just going to ignore it until I get a combo of red, red, green. So that means I'm coming in over here, right? Basically, what I'm looking for in a simple English format is I'm looking for the first green candle. I guess I'll take it back. I guess if I'm going to use the fade in a buy green protocol, I would have to take this candle, which is not optimal, but it's still not so bad. So I'm coming in here at the 28s, and it comes down to 11, and I'm still buying it in a strong fashion. But in examples like this, where we have lots and lots of buying, right? The first red green combo, so this combo is my entry. It's kind of like a breakout trade against the near-term exhaustion. So the first red green combo over here, I'm buying. The first red green combo over here, which is actually, I guess you could call it this. This is red. This, if it's flat, we consider it to be a trade. We buy it, and you can see the whole thing over here as well. With this basically, so look at the fade sell here. So here you don't really enter until you get a red green protocol over here. Here you don't enter until you get a red green protocol over here. Here you're coming. I think the fade, I'm not sure. The fade is green. So again, red green over here. You're coming in over here. The fade is red in this one, so you're just simply coming in long on this one, on this particular trade. You see how well it's working. So now I'm actually getting. So this is interesting. So now I have a huge fade sell, big pop up in Nasdaq. Really, by the way, just a very, very strong move here. So now what I'm looking for, in order to kind of explain my thesis, I want a red candle followed by a green candle. So if I get 2 or 3 red candles that are selling off here as profit taking, great. Now this thing is just so strong right now. They're just pulling it away right now so strongly that I don't know if this particular variant is going to work, but it works so well consistently through a rising trend. The most important thing is you stop trying to pick tops. You stop trying to pick bottoms. You start getting much more constructive relative to the broad trend, right? So you're not going to get, you don't have any trend buy signals here because it's just been in a super strong trend already. So now you just look for another opportunity where you can just see if you could get buy entries off of any kind of a retrace off the fade signals. So I'm watching this. Let's watch this. It may be a couple of candles, and we'll give it a shot as a possibility. In the meantime, let me just look at the German and see if the German is giving us anything. Okay, so the German kind of gave us the entry at 67, which already would have hit up to 72. So you see what I'm saying here? Here's a fade signal. You were looking for red green combo. You'd have been coming in here around 67 for an upward move here. German seems to have a lot of fade signals, but here's right here winner, right here winner, right here winner. Green red, you've been over here, you give yourself well, that's not even 10 points of retrace, so if you're trading 5-10 on the German, you have plenty of room here to have made money. Okay, so I'm getting a red. The point is, if you get a couple of candles that are red, you don't trigger until you get a green candle, until the buyers return to the market. So right now I'm getting just a pure green red. Let's see if this candle holds. We're gonna have to go long here, pretty much at the top, and it's a really stretched out trade. Really, not my ideal trade, but there's so much momentum here that you can't ignore it. You have to give it a shot. But we got like 35 seconds here to go. It's amazing strength here. Let's see if the strength justifies itself. Wow. All right, I'm gonna get long here at 53.50, right? Just ahead of the candle, looking for 58. Let's see if this extends. I mean, we might have bought the top, but this is so extended. But let's give it. It's just we got to trust the move here. Got to trust the move. 50. It went up to 57. Not quite. Didn't quite hit my 58. Let me see how high did it go. 57, 58. I need 58. And there we go. And that's 5 more, and that's 5.9. As hard as that trade was to do, it turned out to be a good trade. And that's what I'm talking about using the fades to actually trade the trend. Isn't that cool? Everybody understand what I just did here? Is it clear to everybody? So I have like a second signal setting up here. It's still just ridiculously overstretched. But let's give it a shot. And with the applet, when we have the buy in the applet, you can just simply do the buy sell protocol. You simply set the applet to buy into the buy mode, and it will automatically take the trades. Okay, just watching everything here for a second just to see where we're at. So again, we get a sell buy protocol. We're gonna go for it. But now, I mean, I think it's likely it's going to correct more than just one candle. I mean, it's really stretched the hell out. And by the way, German over here, remember we talked about like doing it around 69. That's at 79, right? Just totally working our way for the move. Let's go back to the oh, here's a Dow. So I missed the Dow here because we're doing the same thing on the oh no, it's Nasdaq. Sorry, I need that Dow. Where's my Dow? Dow doesn't have anything. Dow's kind of like dying out. I'm actually really curious. Let's look at Biddy just for a second, for fun. Well, first of all, you can see the trend buys on Biddy, and Bitcoin is so. Look, here's a good example. Bitcoin is just, I mean, it's ridiculously spiky. I don't even trying to. It's probably worthwhile just look at it a 5-minute just because it's so ridiculously spiky. But here's a great example. So here you are, you're in a buy mode, right? And you're looking for a buy sell protocol. What's ironic, by the way, what happens sometimes, I noticed this, is you have a trend buy over here, which triggers on this buy, and then you would have the fade buy, which is, oh no, sorry, the fade buy would be on the next candle. So this is the red candle, and the fade buy would be the red buy protocol would have triggered over here, right? So here's a fade sell, right? And I'm not sure I guess this is kind of green. So you would have come in on this one. 954 comes down to, what is that? 39. It's like 900. It's like basically 40,000 and comes down to like $500 and goes up $1,000. Yeah. So I guess, that's pretty good. You would trade it like, I guess with Bitcoin, you trade 2,000. I guess you trade 2,000 stop, 500 target. Like that's what I would do with Bitcoin, because that's if it's trading 5,000-6,000 a day, that makes perfect sense. Wow, look at this move. There's just a relentless. And this is, by the way, a great example of why fade signals can be so dangerous, because they just roll you over. I mean, and it's not a situation where just one of them rolls you over. You really could get rolled over 3 or 4 times fading something unnecessarily. Like, you get stopped, you stopped here, you stopped here, you stopped here. There is no chance for you. There's just no chance for you to make money on the fade side. And that's why the fade side is just much more useful for trend entry than it is for fade. Yes, if you get V-shaped moves, you can make it. Yes, if you get sort of U-shaped moves, you can get it. But if you get vertical moves, you're just dead. And in all those cases, you can still make money to the trend side in the V-shaped moves or in the U-shaped moves, because it's always undulator up. Whereas you're never going to make money on a vertical move up against the fade, right? So finally, we're getting a little bit of a red candle, so may have a sequence of red candles. Anyways, yeah. So Biddy is really interesting on like a 2000 stop 500 target kind of a move here. Here's a fade sell over here. You're long here. 40,500 stop is 30,500. Target is 41,000, and you make 41,000 right here. I mean, if you're trading the Zanias, that's kind of interesting. Watching this a little bit, this is super. I am really loath to try to take this, because this seems, look how extended it is off the moving averages. But if it's here, we got to trust our signal. I'm gonna have to see if we're gonna pull the trigger on this. Let me go back to Dow, which is really not very interesting. Oh, is this the Dow? Oh, we missed the Dow. Sorry, guys. I was talking. I missed the Dow trades. How did I miss the Dow? Oh, because it's a 5-minute Dow. That's why. It's a 5-minute Dow. So I was like, where are the signals? There's no signals on the 1-minute Dow. Okay. All right. Good. So see, this is exactly what I was hoping for. I didn't really want to take the signal just on a one. I'm looking for 2 or 3 candle retrace. Let it come back to to the moving average envelope. Give me a green. Okay, I'm fine. Even if it gives me a green somewhere around here, go long here, right? So I'm going to get long here. Let's see if this works. This might be a little bit too early, but so I'm long here at around 75s. Just see if I can get 80 out of this move for a pop back up. We'll see. I mean, it's really pausing there. I mean, it could drop a lot more than this. I think I'm gonna blow out at 77 here. I'm gonna take it out. Let's regroup. I'm gonna give myself, yeah, I'm gonna blow it out. Blowing out this trade, even though it looks like it almost went to 8. There you go. I doubt myself, and it still works. Anyways, I'm not counting this. I'm just gonna count this as a scratch trade. Wow, unbelievable. It still continues to work. I just, I really thought it was so stretched out, but it's amazing. It's amazing. Anybody stay with this trade? Unlike me, who wimped out. Were you in the trade, Cheryl, or did you go on the trade? You were just watching. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's like it was really hard to hold that trade. It looks so mind-numbingly overbought, right? But yet those are the best kind of trades. The hardest ones, like the ones that just make 0 sense, are the ones that are like, it's like, I realize that day trading is like investing into crypto. The thing that makes the least amount of sense is the thing that makes the most amount of money. Good job, Karen. Good job. Karen, you seeing what I'm showing you on the buy sell protocol, and using the fade signal to actually position yourself for the long side? Yeah, good. I got nothing on no signals on the Dow here. It seems to be kind of really lame. Let me see what I actually haven't looked at the S&P. S&P, beautiful right here. Like it would have been a great 427s. I would have traded the S&P probably with a 2.8, right? So 29 against the 21 stop. That would have been a nice. That's what that's where I would be trading here. So I'm long here 19 for 21. I mean S&P is just like if you're trading futures, it's just money in the bank. I mean it's just money in the bank. It's one of the best. I just don't trade it because it's just not. Although I wonder if we traded this with a 2.8 on a CFD, it probably would have worked. It probably would work. I just know nobody on the CFD land trades S&P. They all trade Dow, so that's why we focus on the Dow. I'm tempted to kind of take my idea and play it here. I mean, it's not our setup, but it's sort of like the idea of like the buy sell protocol over here on the Dow. Probably going to be doomed for trying to do this idea, but let's give it a shot. Let's see where we're at. Okay, long 94s. Let's see if we can get 04, 02, 03, 04. There we go. 10 on the Dow. Again, and it just starts running. It just starts running. So again, same principle. Really, really strong trend. Let's join it once we have any inkling of a resumption. Then we want to join it instead of fighting the market. We join it, and in a day like today, it's just beautiful. Wow, it's only 20 minutes into the open. Very very fast paced today. A lot of price action. Anybody? I'm curious. Anybody trade crypto? And if you do, can you screenshot the spreads to me for Bitcoin, ETH, and Doge? Just because I'm amused. I'm just curious. Because I want to understand. Like I think I certainly can trade. I don't know. Maybe I can't. Maybe the spreads on video like 500. But I thought I could. The idea of trading Bitcoin 2,000 stop 500 target might be doable. I just don't know. I don't know what the spreads are that you guys are seeing. Anybody in the room trade? Anybody in the room sees Bitcoin on their platforms? So it really feels like we're exhausting ourselves a little bit here. These are very vertical moves. It's certainly likely the market is going to come in a little bit. We may even get a trend buy signal here sometime down the road. But a pause is likely here. Like I actually, if I was just fooling around, I'd get short here around 84s just for fun. I mean, it'd be a stupid trade, but if I was bored, I'd be selling like around 84s, 85s, because I think it's going to come down to like 75 or so on a corrective move. But I'm not. This is not a call. I'm not calling out this trade. I'm not calling out any contra trend trades in the room because I just I don't want my bad habits to become your bad habits. Since the action is a little bit quiet, what do you guys say let's take we'll keep the NAS on. Dow is just verticalizing. What do you guys say we take a look at FX? Let's just do euro pound yen and euro yen. Unlike, I don't know if this is gonna be viable on a one. I mean, this is such a FX is just such a slow ass product. But I think the 5 minute is the better trade for us, right? So I don't even know. Jesus. Um, all right, so this is euro falling hard yesterday. It's basically, I'm trying to see if like, so I'm in a negative. No, it's really, God, this really just sucks on this. So in this particular case, you're basically selling the bottom because, oh no, sorry. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. So the fade sell that is red, we take that trade because that's by its very definition a buy, a buy sell combo. So I'm short here, 81 plus 5, yes. Here's a green, I'm looking for green red, so I sell over here, 81. That takes me down to a 5. That's okay, pretty decent. Here's another fun sell, so I'm taking myself down to 80, get myself down, 76 maybe. So not quite there. This one comes in at 83 and it comes down to 77. Yeah, more or less. I mean, this is just, absolute slow conditions. Here's a trend buy for +5 that definitely works. Here's the fade sell where I'm going to be long over here at 94s, and that works to 04s. So this is actually not bad. This is the only one that I think I would get stopped on, depending on my stop. But if I'm using like a 520 just to give myself lots of room, I survive this. I come in here at 92. It drops all the way down to 82, drops about 10 points, but then it circles back, so I make money over here. Here's a fun sell that I want. I want red green, so that takes me over here at 05, goes buck against me about 97 and comes back up to 14. So that works pretty well on my trade. If I was following my rules, I'd probably be long here, but let's just say I'm not. I'm gonna give myself a little more room. And the next 5-minute candle on the next combo that's a red green combo in the euro, that would be a trade for me on the euro. Let's take a look at a pound and how that's trading out. So a pound is sort of barely up, right? So here's a fade sell on the green, which means that I need to I'm looking to buy. So that means I need a red green combo. So I'm going to come in over here, post this. So I'm coming in over here on this candle at 22. That works out. Again, I need a red-green combo. That works out. Here's a fade sell. I need a red-green combo. So this is like now, it's actually setting up. If the pound holds this 5-minute candle to the green side, it would create a buy signal for us. But it needs to hold that signal for us. I'm actually kind of curious, does the pound yen do the same thing? Now, pound yen is still in a downtrend, so we really don't have a signal. Pound yen actually was a sell signal here. That was a nice clean signal, so we don't have anything going on over here. Euro yen is just when it's very close to the trigger line, I really try to ignore it. I want to see prices elevated. Dollar CAD actually now started to really collapse, right? Dollar CAD is just negative trend, right? So this is interesting. So dollar CAD is negative trend. So what I'm looking for over here on the fade signal, this is a fade buy. I want it to go green red. So if I get a green red combo, I'm going to be short dollar CAD because now it's here's a fade buy over here, right? Underneath the candle, I want it to be green red or red over here. It triggers a beautiful short over here for us. So we'll see how that's trading out. So where's the only one that sort of was setting up was the Cable does not set up for us, which is good, or good in the sense that we're not in a bad trade. Maybe even better that we get lower prices for a green entry, and we just keep watching that for the time being. So we'll come back to cable because we got another 5 more minutes before that completes. Let's go take a look at the Dow. Dow has nothing for me on the it's a 5 minute chart. On the 1 minute chart here, what's the German doing? All right, German is send us a sell signal. So now we need a red green combo, right? We need a red green combo on the German. That's also very stretched out, but you can see that if here's the sell signal, right? Here's the red green combo, came in at 92, was certainly good for 5 points. Okay, this is kind of holding up. By the way, remember yesterday we bought at 15,000. It's 300 points higher today. Really, what an amazing run that was. Okay, that's good enough. We're going to get long at 5s. Just see if we can get 10s on the German. Yes, Jonathan, that's the only criteria I'm looking for because the fade signal itself is the criteria that I'm looking for. Remember, and we're almost, and there we are, +5 on a DAX. So I managed to squeeze out my 5 points on a DAX since I'm putting the fade trades on. I'm actually starting to do okay on the DAX, my great nemesis. Yes, Jonathan, correct. On the fade sell, or on the fade sell, obviously, because remember, it's against the positive trend. I am trading into this trend. All I'm looking for, the fade sell now becomes an entryway for me to get long. That's what I'm looking for. I'm just looking to get long in the best possible condition, just like I was looking to get long in the best possible condition on the DAX. I know which direction I want to be in. That's already told to me by all the underlying that's going on. Is that clear? I don't sell short. Did you just come into the room? Oh, okay. Sorry, you totally missed my whole setup. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna repeat this for everybody who's on the half hour. I think I'm gonna be, my new thing is on the half hour I'm gonna repeat what I said at the beginning. So we are never going to sell in an uptrend. We're never going to buy in a downtrend. That's the fundamental thesis of how we want to scout, right? Which means that we're going to use trend signals to obviously, to get long in a trend, and we're going to use fade signals to get long in a trend at a discount price. So all these fade signals are simply great opportunities for us once they break and they turn back towards trend, as a way to rejoin the trend, right? You can see that all the time here. So what we get a fade signal, and what we're looking for is the buy sell combo that we used to have. That is, a red green, right? We get basically fade, we get a little bit of a sell off, continuation of the original trend. Fade, a little bit of a sell off, continuation of the original trend. No, that's fine. It's fine, Jonathan. It's fine. There's plenty of people who are coming in late, so I need to repeat this all the time. So all we're doing is, and especially a day like today, where it's just a one-way trend. I mean, days like today, this strategy was tailor-made for it. We can't lose if we try. When you're in a strong trend, this strategy can't lose if you try, because it's designed to basically get you in at a cheap price in an uptrend or an expensive price in a downtrend, right? So you guys are seeing the thing in action as it's developing. Now, eventually, there will be one topping, formation that's just going to get probably slaughtered. It's probably going to be just kind of like a one-way trade. But even in a one-way trade, this is where it's going to get interesting. Remember, that we're not looking to kind of like buy the top here. We're actually looking for it to retrace and bounce. So the only way we get really killed in this idea is if it retraces, fake bounces, and then retraces really, really hard, right? Which happens. I mean, of course it happens, but and that's actually a very, very good thing to understand. You really need to understand the fail use case. If you don't understand the fail use case, you don't understand your setup. Because if you don't know how your setup fails, you'll be surprised, right? So the setup fails, and I wonder if I can like, let me see if I get, oh man, how do I do this? Draw. Okay, let me see if I can draw with my wiggles. I guess draw like this, right? So the fail use case is, and by the way, this is, we got to get along here. I mean, like, if this thing holds, we got to trust that this goes to fresh highs, which is just insane, but it is what it is. Let's give it a case. Where basically the fail use case is high retrace, back up, and then just collapses down. So this could this be the situation like this? It could very well be. We still got 21 seconds, so this may not even hold. If it doesn't hold as a green candle, we don't take the trade. Oh, I totally forgot, guys. The pound was definitely a good trade. This is not a trade. We're not going to take this trade. Damn it. Where's my pound? I can't get to my pound. The pound was actually a legitimate trade. Okay, we'll watch the Nasdaq for a second, but the pound actually would have made us money, because remember it was like in the 40s, and now it's 55. I actually should, I just I'm going to count it for thematic purposes, but the pound was definitely a good thing. So this is setting us up. It's telling us, yes, we're taking out fresh highs. We're going to go long here. So hard as it is to right now take this trade, which is ridiculously stretched out, and only, by the way, only if it keeps the bid. If it starts to dip to the low of the candle, we're going to ignore it. All right, long 12s. Long 12s. Let's see if we can get up to like 17s on this. I could have easily top ticked this. I have zero faith in this, but I'm just trying to stick with it with the setup as hard as it is. All right, I'm going to blow out of this thing at like 11 right now. It's probably going to go higher, only because it's not showing me continuity. Although I'm pretty sure it's actually going to go higher. But like it's I'm going to just preserve our profits for the day. Just take a point loss on this thing, mainly because you could make an argument. When you're looking at this, and it's kind of you can see it's getting exhausted. That this was the red. It was flat. You could have gone long here. If you went long on this candle here, you certainly would have made your 5 points. I'm not going to quibble. I'm just going to just let myself go here. But this is kind of like the classic last gasp of the buyers before they do finally exhaust themselves. Maybe it certainly feels like it's going to correct down to like the 80s or 30 380 to the downside on the move here, possible. But maybe not. Let me. I just want to come back to the pound over here just to show you where the beauty of the pound was. Let me see the pound. Oh, 5 minute chart. 5 minutes. Okay. So, ooh, no, actually, look at that. I take it back. So the problem with the pound, that's why I hate the freaking pound, is that the whole move in a pound was actually in the candle here. Like this candle went 10 points large, um, and like took a lot of our profit away. So would I have chased this? I'm not so sure. I mean, um, we could, we could have, you know, we could play the pound candle here at this level. And by the way, you see how this exhausted itself. You could just tell that it was just, it was really, really tired. It was like this is the sixth or seventh sell signal here on the move. Um, um, I'll buy the pound here at the 50s, 41.50s, just to see if we can get 55s out of it, and we'll leave that floating around. We'll come back to it on a move here. I'm actually kind of curious on this trade here, because I do think that if we get one or two more red candles and then we get a green candle, that might be an interesting trade on the NAS, because that's just the natural corrective wave that turns back up to the upside. So we'll give it a shot to see how that plays out. All right, now that I've discovered the drawing tool, you're all doomed. So actually now I'm gonna circle where the entries would be. Entry over here. Entry over here. Okay, on this move. If this kind of stays here, we should probably enter over here just for fun. Entry on this move over here, right? Everybody can see this. This is a red, so we're looking for red green. So this actually entry on this little candle over here. This is popping up big time. So long at 8, I'll give it 8 and look for what is that plus 5? It's 13. 13. Let's see if we can get 13 here. Yeah, maybe not. I'm going to take +3 on the cable here just because I have no patience for FX. It's so slow. So we'll just bank that. It'll be like an FX trade that we did. Still trying to stay patient with this. But as I said, it's one, it's not the setup that I wanted, because that's obviously this was the setup and we blew it out. I'm just forcing a trade here. So it's very likely that's not gonna, it's an exhaustive trade, especially after such a big move. But I'm just curious to see if there's still enough gasp in the upside move, because we've had such a strong move in the NAS so far that we could just make one last gasp to the highs. But it very well could be that we're done, and that's it. We're done and that's it. This trade doesn't work. I don't, If this candle doesn't end up green, this trade is very likely not going to work. So we're going to blow it out. Anybody take the cable trade at the 50s, because that's working a little bit here. Actually, I haven't. I wonder what was the euro have any signals? Yeah, and this trade is kind of not working. So we can scratch it out here for like, -7 on the 400s if you want to scratch it out. It actually, if you just kind of in for a penny, in for a pound, just holding on, it might re-rally here just because it seems to be consolidating. But I'm not wasting my time with it anymore. Here's a good example. This is the look at that. It's kind of working. Here's a good example of yen. So we're looking, so these are trend sells, so those are obviously good trades. But here's the fade buy. Your entry would be like right over here. Green, red. So you short over here at the 95s, very little heat, maybe 5-7 points, and then it drops like a stone over here for you. Kathy has this on her what do you call it? So this is finally working, and that's actually goes to 13. Look at that. If you certainly survived the 20-point stop, and it went to +5 if you held on to it. But this is not a trade. It's not a trade that is like a legitimate trade. So I'm not counting it or calling it. But if you guys kind of held on to this trade, it actually did manage to peak out a little bit here for the move. What was the first cable trade, Kelvin? You mean like you picked it up at 55? It was just too big a spike. I kind of like, the thing about FX, Kelvin, is that one, it's moved so slowly, and two, 47. Okay, so you picked up at 47. So then you were able to pick it. Then you were able to get out at 54. So you did good. But I was going to say is, the thing I noticed about FX is, one, it's very, very slow moving, right? And two, obviously, you can use just sort of micro lot positions. I kind of feel like with FX, a scale entry is probably a good idea, meaning that, you take your first entry, then another entry at +5 if you can get that, then you get an average blended price, and then you get a very strong position on the trade. It works. Would have certainly worked on the euro and on the pound nicely, where you kind of come in here, you kind of come in here, you kind of come out here. You're net positive on the trade if you can get the move, right? Good job. Good job. All right. So I think you guys get the gist. We have like, I'm happy to hang out with you. Let's just go back to 1 minute charts on the YM. Let's see if the YM is giving me anything. Oh, sorry, YM. Oh, we missed the YM. God damn it. Sorry, guys. I was just too busy. So the YM would have been a great trade right over here. So I can't count that because I'm late to the trade. But that would have been another time. We would have had 20 points in the Dow here. I should have just been a little bit patient. Oh no, sorry. This is a 5 minute. Again, it's a 5 minute chart. I'm sorry. We can trade the 5 minute chart in the YM, but it's not fair. The YM, regardless, the YM actually gave you a great look at these gray trades. The fade sell signal would have been over here. The trend sell signal would be here. You would have made money on the YM regardless. I just simply, had other things on the screen as I was watching. I kind of feel like this is my big weakness, and I want to next week. Please check me on this. I know I want to show you everything, like FX and Bitcoin and everything else, but to call as many trades as possible during the power hour, really just need to focus on the three instruments, which is Nasdaq, Dow, and DAX. If we just focus on that, we would have had, I would have had another at least another 10 points, probably another 15 points on the moves here. So, my apologies, but we still had a pretty good day. I think we definitely, we had like 10 points on the Dow, 15 points on the NAS, and like 3 points on the no, 5 points on the DAX. So that's still pretty good. And if you count the cable, which I'm not going to count it because I really want to just focus on these three instruments. Like, I don't want to put any other instruments into the rotation. Does that make sense to everybody? Like, because I think the problem is, I mean, I know everybody wants to look at different ideas, but it takes my focus off where the trades are. You guys can always apply all these trade setups on your own instruments, but during the power hour, we should just focus on these three things. What do you guys think? Peter says yes. Okay, so if Peter says yes, then that's what we do. Yeah, I think I mean, I know, my mind is like a ping pong ball. It just ricochets off a lot of different ideas. But overall, we had a great week, guys. We just had a great freaking week. We're up to like consistently making 20 to 25 points per session, which is really my goal. Like if we can make 20 points per power hour, that is, then we do four of them usually a week. We're like between 80 to 100 a week on very, very clean, callable trades. Like, there's no bullshit on these trades. They're there. Yeah, that would be awesome. So that's sort of like my game plan. Now that we have all the tools, we have the indicators, we have the setups all working, it all plays in our favor. So that was my final thought of the week. The fade to trend. What should I call it? The fade to trend transition, right? That really works very well. So let me just again clear all. Look at this. I'm really going to be dangerous with the marker. So just to show you so you guys really fully understand, where am I on my entries? I have a green. I have a fade sell signal. After the fade sell, either the fade sell signal has to be a green. Sorry. No. On the upside, after the fade sell, after the signal, I need a red-green combo on the sell side. So I have the signal, then I need a red-green combo, which is in this case, we'll call it this way, right there, right? So here's a signal. I get a signal. I need a red-green combo. So I'm actually coming in on this signal over here. There's a little bit of, we actually get a lot of heat here, but we're trading this with a 1040 target. So we're coming in over here. What's the this is like, this is 13. It goes against us hard, like to 85. So that goes about 30 points against us, right? 83 to 13 is about 30. Then it comes right back up. So definitely, it definitely pops up. In the meantime, before that, we actually get the trend buy signal right over here at this bottom rate, and that totally takes us to profit on the profit. So that's just the Dow doing its Dow thing. But in all these other situations, you have very, very little retrace. You have a winner here. That come on. Now I understand it. So when I get the pencil, that's when this thing is live. I have a winner here. That means I'm coming in on this candle over here. I have this is red green. I have this candle over here. I'm coming in on this candle here. I'm coming in. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 winners in a row, plus a trend buy. So you have 5 winners in a very, very strong trend. So you have like basically have 50 Dow points from 8:30 until 10:30, which is just amazing. So Peter, For NASDAQ, it's a 520. For Dow, it's a 1040. For DAX, it's a 520. Those are the parameters that I'm trading. Is that clear? Because there's no zero chance that you can survive. Dow is a $34,000 instrument. To try to trade with a 20-point stop is to guarantee losing money, right? So so for the Dow, you need a 40-point stop. Just like with Bitcoin, you need a 2,000-point stop because it's a it's a 40,000 instrument that moves 10,000 a day. You have to have stops that are realistic to the volatility of the instrument. And on a day like today, where it's just a super strong trend. Oh, I'm sorry. The counter, yes, the counter is all set to 5. The counter is set to 5 to make it harder to get signals. I'm making it harder to get signals. Yes, I'm making it harder. Yes. I'm sorry. Yes, on both. They're both okay. Now I'm gonna get crazy with my thing. But you see, this is 5 on this one, and this is 5 on this one. You see that? All that. Are you guys enjoying my doodles? I'm having so much fun. I feel like a teacher at a blackboard. You are all doomed now. Now that I discovered the Zoom drawing function, you're all doomed to my endless doodles. Yeah. I'll make the doodle darker and bigger. The problem with it, if I make it thicker, it's well, let me see if let's see. If I go thicker like this, well, you can see it, but like it's not as I can't do like one candle at a time. But yeah, but I guess you can see it. I mean, it's actually is that better? Do you guys like this doodle better? Like, is this size better? Karen, ladies, should I get it thicker like a highlighter, or should I do it thinner like a pen? Thinner like a pen. Okay, yeah, I agree. Because you want to be precise. All right, I'm telling you guys are in real trouble now. What is the other crap on here? What does this do? Oh, it's a rectangle. Okay. Very good. And these are all various things. Okay, cool. What does this do? What's a diamond? Oh, puts a diamond on here. Look at that. Okay. I did create a monster. You're all doomed now to my endless doodles. Oh yeah, no, the cursor is really hard, so the doodling really helps. I know, because I know, like, when I'm describing, it's obvious to me, and I know it's not obvious to you, and I get so frustrated sometimes because I'm like, can't you see it? But I know it's very hard to see because first of all, not only do I have like 2 screens, which already minimizes this real estate and it makes it smaller, but we got to follow 2 instruments at the same time in order to do this right. Anyways, still a great end of the week, guys. 15 NAS, 5 DAX, 10 in the Dow. Could have had at least 20 in the Dow. Could have had even 30 in the Dow. But coulda, woulda, shoulda is the famous Brooklyn saying that was it like. Do you guys ever hear this expression, which of course only comes out of New York, where it's like, hey, for the coulda, woulda, shoulda, we're like, hey, if my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle. So that's my attitude about coulda, woulda, shoulda, but it's a very New York attitude. Yeah, I definitely keeping two screens, Karen, because I can't like we got to follow three instruments. I can't do it a single screen at a time. Like, it just totally it's hard. So like, at least when we have two, I can switch between DAX and DAO, and that's that's not as horrible, and keep the NAS alive. Anyways, all good. Everybody had a great week this week. John, how you been? Yeah, I haven't heard from you today. Who else is new? Anybody new in the room? Say hello to me. Oh, look at this, man. Look at this. We got a lot of people in the room today. I think I'm attracting. Oh, that's funny. That's effing funny. John made it funny. John made a transgender funny. That's very, very funny. That's true. I love it. Okay, so by the way, if you guys are messaging me like over here, I'm not seeing you. I'm not seeing you. This is a newbie thing. I'm ignoring all the Zoom chats, and please chat me over here. This is where you want to chat me. This way, I can everybody in Slack can talk to me, okay? And everybody else can see your comments. So don't say anything bad, and try to say, try to remain as constructive as possible. That's why I make it public. But so put your comments over here as far as it goes, because I can only keep my eye on one part of the screen. Okay, clear this. Look at these moves, guys. Look at these moves. We've taken out the 400s. Just a monster move. This is definitely going to correct. I mean, we're coming into the sort of like the 11 o'clock breather, and we're definitely going to correct a little bit. But this is a strong day. I mean, the market just came. Look at fucking Bitcoin. Look all the crypto came back. The bonds are down. Markets are up. By the way, if you did not read the 60 today, I really recommend you take a look at 60 second today. I actually wrote something very intelligent. Let me just take you to the website. 60 second. Invest. Oh, God, I cannot spell. Jesus Christ. Okay. Let me take you to the website, because this is a really interesting article. This is for those of you guys who are actually. This is not our trading money. This is retirement money. I actually think this is a really, really interesting point to think about, which is that I don't think the 60-40 is gonna help you anymore in your retirement. So you need to think about what other things you can do to protect the equity piece of the portfolio. So take a look at this piece. I think it makes some sense. Let me know. Okay. All right, guys, I'm so glad the room is getting big. This is awesome. We have a whole bunch of new people. I want everybody who's new, ask me questions, ask me, if you don't understand something, don't be shy. The only way you're going to learn is to ask. This is your best time to interact with me. I'll go over everything again next week. Next week, I think we're going to have a chance to do 4 sessions, because I don't think I have a trading battle. I will post a trading battle link when I have a chance. Oh, so glad you really like that. You have like a valid setup invalid, because you can literally see with me. Like, you should actually call me out. I'm sorry, I don't have your full name. I just see your call name. It's Chitan. Like, every time I do a bullshit setup, which was that the BS move at 108 to 113, you should say, this is Boris's BS setup. It's not his real setup, because it's just an absolutely great tool. I really have started to do that, and it just makes a huge difference to stay to your setup. What was that? What do we call it? It was Danny Kahneman's. It was, what do you call it? He called it a oh damn, what do you call it? Something audit. I forgot what it was called. But anyways, that's also on the website. Guys, read it. Read it when you can. All right. Thank you so much. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day. Enjoy more trades. We're definitely going to get a little bit of a correction, so don't chase anything over here. But we get trend buys, we get fade sells that reverse themselves. I think they're all going to be good opportunities for us. Okay. Thank you. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day. Good week for us. Yeah, self-deception is unlimited. Thank you. That was a great article. I'm glad you guys like it. All right, I'll see everybody on Monday. I'll see you tomorrow if you guys want to come into the trading battle with other guys. I'll post a link in the chat room before it starts. It's going to be 8:30 in the morning in front of the Canadian retail sales. That's what we're going to be doing. All right. Okay, guys. Everybody have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.